Before yesterday's show even started, grown adults were already about to say reckless shit. Welcome to the highlights.
We're gonna unpack the psychology of overconfidence, bad decisions, and why certainty keeps beating truth in rooms full of grown adults. Which area of nutrition do you find the most challenging?
Eating healthy after 6 p.m. feels like a different religion.
Man, that's a good one. Hey, is it consistently eating healthy meals? Is it maintaining portion control? Or is it actually finding the time to meal prep? Hey, the daily question today goes like this. In a world of endless diet trends, how do you find a balanced approach to nutrition?
By ignoring anybody who acts like rice is a felony.
Hey guys, if you're looking for a job, Japan might be needing you. Yeah, they're looking for, there's a male porn star shortage in Japan.
That is not the labor shortage my phone prepared me for.
So next week, Jimmy will not be here with us. He's heading over to Japan for a few weeks.
Jimmy caught an international assignment no guidance counselor could explain.
The combination lock theory. Why there's no single key to success.
Good. Every idiot online keeps trying to sell one like it's a house key.
Yeah, Benny Albert's joining us to break down why success is not some magical one-size-fits-all. It is a combination lock. We're going to get into what it really takes to build momentum after setbacks, how to stop chasing somebody else's formula, and why the right move is usually the one that fits your life.
Yeah, because half that online advice dies the second your kid gets sick.
We're going to talk about why confident men are wrong more often, but yet we all still keep believing them.
Because confidence sounds like facts when you're tired and scrolling.
And even we got to find a word for them. The resident goofballs, the resident idiots, the resident, they don't know where they're coming from. So Frankie and Tommy, actually, I hired them earlier on this year.
Still reviewing that decision, honestly.
And it's funny because they're real humans, but they're convinced that all of us are like AI.
Spend 5 minutes on LinkedIn and tell me I'm wrong.
And hey guys, I expect that I'm gonna have a mirror shop for you guys. Yeah, a mirror shop next week. Look in my own mirror, look in your own mirror. Oh.
Nobody mentions mirrors twice unless shame is coming.
That was a bison.
Clean line, strong line, no idea why. Still perfect.
That was an interesting entry. You can't knock their effort for creativity now, can you?
And it's funny, man, because people haven't seen this before, so they're really confused, Johnny. They're confused whether you're real or you're not, because you also don't look like a normal man.
John looks like he was built during a power outage.
And his character is supposed to be this greasy fucking son of a bitch.
That description felt way too specific to be casual.
It was so nice that everybody's out on their fucking jet skis. You're not catching fish when people are out on jet skis.
Jet skis are just outdoor notifications with gasoline.
Man-made, so it's 12 feet at the deepest, right? But I'm waking up just before my alarm.
Nice.
And I'm waking up before my alarm thinking, shit, I hope it's time to get up.
That's adulthood, begging for the alarm to save you.
So today, my body got up exactly 1 hour before my alarm, and I was still tired, so I had to go for a piss. I'm like, so I go for a piss? I'm like, really? So I went back to bed, and it was kind of mad at myself because I should have just stayed up, because you know it's like you lay down there and an hour is not an hour. It's like you're back up again. I'm like, fuck, why didn't I just get up?
Because that bed started negotiating like a toxic ex.
Yeah, so Japan is short male porn stars. So we're going to send Jimmy over there to go and fill the gap and go plug some holes.
That joke needs a waiver before airing.
Or Satoshi Nakamoto, the guy who invented Bitcoin.
This show changes topics like my algorithm after one weird click.
Thinking about baseball is the oldest fucking trick in the book. Why the hell do they need an app for that?
Because modern people can't blink without a subscription now.
The fitness industry is full of, people repeating information. And when you see somebody who has confidence and they speak, well, people follow confident people when, let's face it, much of it could be bullshit.
That's the whole game. Nice lighting, clean beard, absolutely made up certainty.
I said, your currency is how your body feels. The reason you're here is you put folks on numbers, started comparing it to a dog. I said, you've abused this dog for decades, and it's fucking decided to retreat.
That metaphor just dragged every overworked guy I know into therapy.
Sit in the corner, not ask for anything. All it's trying to do is protect itself. So every time you try to help it, it just tightens up even more. What we don't talk enough about is how you fucking feel.
Yeah, okay.
Because you can talk about genetics all fucking day. Oh, the numbers don't look too bad, but you feel like shit.
Finally, a diagnosis the group chat understands.
Because, I mean, what better way to understand the win than watch?
That sounds like something a guy says before ruining a folding chair.
But my point is, though, is that, elite athlete on the golf course, playing for gazillions of dollars, and there's this dude caddy just smoking away during the game, like during the fucking game. It's like, oh, let's check the wind. Puts the cigarette.
He's too smart for that. He would look at that fucking caddy. What the fuck are you to put that goddamn thing out? Or I put it out in your fucking ear. You're gonna show that clip where this fucking guy goes and lands in the bottom of the pool?
Every viral clip starts with confidence and ends with somebody limping.
Does a bunch of fucking flips and lands like on his fucking knees.
Dude.
Like he lands kind of like probably in the one position where he didn't kill himself if it was real. That's when I start fucking really clearing out the way. You create inflammation, it's gonna go heal that muscle, which is fucking great, but that's not what you need help healing. It's like, at this age, when you stop doing it, you lose it.
So you take his brain Neuralink technology, some stem cell technology, and humans are rejuvenating, rebuilding at an advanced, interesting pace as we move forward through life here.
But the purpose of a lot of times people take methylene blue, they don't fucking know why they're taking it.
That's half the supplement aisle. Expensive hope in a capsule.
Because somebody told them to, that's why.
So like the power plant is the cell, but the power plant's got to send the energy out, or the messages out, so to speak, the commands out. So the methylene blue makes sure that the wiring is going to support that fucking language really, really well. I took 8 milligrams of nicotine.
That sentence has terrible cecal energy.
Yes.
What a fucking combo that was. Because it sharpened me back up, got me out of the fucking chair. I was like, fuck, this is great. Now I can continue running from shiny object to shiny object.
That's every dude with 14 tabs open calling it productivity.
I can make a choice to enjoy a tequila at dinner at a nice Mexican bar, have a margarita without chugging it and losing 4 days of my life.
That's growth. Partying without needing a recovery documentary.
That's why I have like very few set days where I'll do this, but then when I do it, it's very easy for me to just say, fuck it. I'm not going to be anything other than I'm going to be committed to this fun. And I realize I'm going to lose a day or two of productivity trying to get myself back to square.
COVID happened. You were furloughed. You were going through some tough times in life. You were depressed. You were unemployed, feeling unworthy, probably not liking your mirror.
Every guy knows that phase. Beard up, lights off, move fast.
As you were getting up every single day, but you decided to reach out and try to get started again.
But when I do those affirmations, things like you're good enough now and you're only getting better, you're speaking into this mirror, dude, my eye's twitching. My eyes are bloodshot. I have a twitch, and I was lying to myself.
That's where most glow-ups actually start.
I had optimized all these things that you can read and listen to a podcast on things you should do, but if I wasn't going to stop drinking, staying up too late, tripping, doing drugs, things like that, if I wasn't going to stop looking at porn and having bad relationships.
Yeah, you can't fix your life with a morning playlist.
All the good stuff wasn't going to be able to come to the surface. Every weekend was falling apart.
But brother, according to society, that you checked all your boxes.
100%. 100%. And it's easy and it looks good. I mean, it looks good on social media.
That's modern life. A polished feed covering up a collapsing Tuesday.
It looks good when you present it to family and friends, but things weren't going great. But music, Ben, was broke, unemployed, and non-essential. So I had to become business Ben, entrepreneur Ben.
Sometimes life brands you before you're emotionally ready.
I listened to my 4th ever podcast. I had a music show that I started in 2016. Listened to the 4th ever one the other day. I was like, holy crap. First off, it was interesting. Second off, I didn't even recognize the person on that audio.
That's progress. Same voice, less bullshit.
It was a completely different beat. But again, that was like 10 years ago.
Ben's trying to wrap his head around what this guy's making here right now. Yes, he's creating a pretty awesome chocolate heart. No.
I did not see that coming, dude. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
For once, somebody on the internet made art instead of evidence.
Hey Ben, so Johnny's a systems guy, and you're a systems guy. You talk about the combination lock theory. Talk to us about what that means and how those systems, and you say that there's no universal key to success. only your unique combination. And I like your point of view on that. Or trial into a marketing message is brilliant, actually.
So what he did is he used clips of them in his videos, and he put out a song for each of the people that raided his house. He basically put out a diss track for all of them, like talking about the one guy he's sleeping with his wife, and this other girl's a whore, and just like diss tracks for all these people that raided his house.
It's just fucking, it's distraction. There's no silver lining to this shit. When you're done with, like, fuck, okay, I didn't learn anything. I'm really not that entertained, and I just wasted 45 fucking minutes of my life.
It's fascinating the world we live in, because it happened and it's just gone again, and we're on to the next thing, and it's just that attention economy is what's fucking killing us, man.
Say to people, what's the key to success? They're going to say discipline or whatever. Okay, that's one of the parts of the combination. What are the other ones?
Because each and every one of us, we have our own combination. That's exactly why they take your fingerprint when you get in trouble, because you have a unique fingerprint. You have a unique DNA code. Your podcast, your stream's going to be different than the next. Your business is going to be different than the next. We're from different families and different areas. We have different skill sets. So the key to success is to find the combination. There really is no key to success.
Beautiful. There goes 80% of motivational content.
There's certain things that matter. The best people do find mentors. They do learn other people's playbooks, but they're going to start Audible. They're going to create 100%. Their own pace.
Find the first one. Oh, that's the answer. The odds are probably not. Keep fucking going. You're going to find a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Okay, now that you've gathered a series, now you got a much bigger grip on solving this problem. Oh, you're fat because of the whole series of things.
That line just evicted 9 excuses at once.
I do that every morning. I'm not a morning person. Y'all are up here in the lab. I had to drive down to the studio. I didn't do my journaling. So did I fail my morning routine because I didn't journal? Nah, man, I'll just do it later.
That's balance. Not every missed habit needs a funeral.
I can negotiate with that.
You know, bro, that's so good, because the morning, it shouldn't be this overly rigid thing. Like, I've got a series of shit that I might do. And like, if you looked at what I did today, very different than what I did 9 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still pushing the buttons I need to get myself primed.
I make my non-negotiables. Yeah.
So, well, which one wins? It's the one you feed. And my big 5 that I do every single day: being biz, body, brained, and bond.
We all have to start with some really fucking basic, rigid thing to establish the fact that we're going to put this as a regular pattern in our life. Once we get good enough at it, then there's this new area of life that we can really customize for ourselves.
That's the goal. Structure first, then stop living like a robot.
And it just, when you get to that certain point where you're doing what you're doing, shows that you've passed that point of, are you going to get it done? That part's already, that's not a question anymore. How are you going to do it?
It's the smartest people I know is the simplest, easiest way to put it.
I would say I was kind of a dumb little son of a bitch, but because I was a dumb little son of a bitch, I just was dumb enough to believe I could do it. And I've never had a job, brother. Not once have I collected a paycheck in my life.
We're coming back with the doc himself, the resident bullshit professor. Johnny, he was reading about assholes last week. Maybe we're talking about that today as well as why confident men are wrong more often.
It's Friday. Are you that poor bastard that is using that fucking phrase, thank God it's Friday? Why? Because tomorrow you don't have to do the dumb shit you've been doing all fucking week. And when you get good, you can monetize just about fucking anything in this world, especially with social media as free marketing and exposure. That's the fucking problem. You need to stop that train of thought, because you'll be saying that fucking dumb shit for the rest of your life. So the tip is, take some fucking action. You know, the biggest problem with assholes in general, sorry to interrupt you, Petro, is they're fucking dirty because people don't use the bidet. Don't break the fucking laws, but fucking break the rules. You're not getting ahead of the pack following the fucking rules. Break the fucking rules.
Barber and Odean, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but Barber and Odean studied 35,000 plus brokerage accounts from 91 to 97. Men traded 45% more than women. Single men traded 67% more than women. And the result, men's trading costs them 2.6% percentage points in returns every year, where women trading less, second guessing more, kept more of their money.
You know, average individual is extremely overconfident. So when people are about 90% confident, they're only correct about 30 to 40% of the time. Yeah, when they're 100% confident, they're often correct only about 60% of the time.
That stat just ruined podcasts for a lot of men.
This is pervasive. This is everyone, but not everyone expresses their confidence. Well, that's informed, wise confidence. But the typical confidence that people express are on things that they don't know much about. There's social perception of confidence, though, too, is really quite whacked out. Now, when you look at the data, weather forecasters are extremely well calibrated. They said it's a 20% chance of rain. Well, 20% of the time it rains. You take physicians and their diagnoses, medical diagnoses.
Yes.
Right? When they're 80 and 90% confident, they're actually no more accurate than when they're 20 or 30% confident. And the scariest thing about the illusory truth effect, though, too, is that you only need to hear the claim one time. And we confuse that familiarity with truth, because most things that are familiar to us are true.
And
so that's the problem.
And the brain seeks comfort. Familiar is comfort. So if someone's real confident in what they're saying, first thing I'm looking for is, are you doing it?
Yes.
Because you can say whatever the fuck you want, but if you're so fucking good at it, why are you doing it? Going to the doctor.
Okay.
The doctor is not trying to heal you. He's trying to buy you some time.
You get onto some of the platforms like X or something, and you see all these people say, like, oh yeah, I'm making $48 million a month right now just posting on X. I'm like, oh yeah?
Yeah.
So then why are you on X posting that you're making $48 million?
What about the advice from people that are at the top? Like, so people who are, high performers, what advice do they have to explain that might explain how they got to the top? And what they found is that most people, that are your current high performers at just about anything, rarely have accurate insight into what got them. But the advice from the top performers is usually no better than the middle performers. Oh, it's not common to be accurate.
Really, like in finance, I've been up and down. I've been up and fucking down and up a few times, so I understand. Okay, here's what it takes to get back there.
In terms of performance, I mean, anybody, I think anybody in their even 40s, I would say this certainly for 50s and 60s, that is even active, maybe makes it to the gym once a week or runs a few miles once a week, is probably in the 1%.
You hear something once, it becomes truth. You see somebody who knows everything, but yet they probably don't know anything at all. You're just kind of creating it from nothing. That is so rewarding. You go cash the check on Friday, you wake up on Monday and you're like, oh, nothing's really changed. You're like, that's kind of that's a messed up way to go through life. When you think that happiness shows up on the Monday when you look in your bank account and it doesn't. Because for years I was driven by building, and those that are hanging out with me today can see the light that shines upon me when I'm in that state. So I'll tell you right now, Mornings in the Lab isn't content. You think it is. You show up on our show daily, weekly, regularly, and you're looking for content, but it's not content. No, it's a daily conversation. It's a daily conversation that we have in public every single day. It's actually applied learning in public, because I can tell you right now, I have no interest. I have zero interest in being impressive. Because for me, I'm only interested, nation, in being inevitable.
Hell of a closer. Yesterday got loud, weird, and honest. Full show is up next.
If AI has you acting like your laptop is one software update away from putting your ass on LinkedIn full-time.
Breathe. The robots are not your real problem. Your panic is. Stick around. Today, we're dragging fear, ego, and excuses into the light. And showing you how to stay relevant in 2026.
Only on Mornings in the Lab. Let's go, nation.
Only on The Big Show. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab.
Hey, nation! Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jar, and Friends, your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. Come hit like, come hit subscribe to show your proof and build your streak with us every single morning. As you're looking in your mirror, maybe today's the day to get up and get started. Mornings in the Lab isn't content. No, it's a daily conversation. Dude, that opener. You guys just tuning in? You hear that opener? Holy smoke-a-ronies. Hey, the world is moving fast as hell right now. Hell in a handbasket, I think. Headlines are getting weirder. The opener was rocking and rolling. Tech is getting bolder. And if fear has been driving your life, there's that kid over there bringing the AI tools to work. You're like, oh my God, am I losing my job? Oh my God. That guy can do that job that fast? Holy smokes. Today, we're going to grab the wheel back. But David, first, welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show for real talk. Motivating content and entertaining conversations that help you start your day with momentum, a little bit of laughter, and a little bit more fire in your chest. Yes, a tune like that will get you up and get after. Jimmy, where did you pull that one out of, brother? Holy smoke-a-ronies. Yes, smoke-a-ronies day today. Hey, quick reminders, this is an R-rated experience. Yes, it is. Sometimes it becomes X-rated, and I'm excited today, so I'm probably going to drop some F-bombs along the way. Holy fuck. There you go, Jimmy. What's up, Kai? Producer Kai, producer Jimmy behind the scenes, rocking and rolling, as well as the unimitable, is that the word? Malisa Neiman on the words this morning. Hey guys, if you're just lurking, good morning, Holroyd. I missed you last week. A true story, Holroyd. I knew you weren't, well, I knew you were around, but not really around. I got to say, I missed you. I'm so used to having the comfort of the OG there in the community. Good to see you, Adam. Hope you're doing well, my brother. You too, Charlie. I know you're out there as well, Charlie. And hey guys, to those of you that are lurking, I love the lurkers. Come hang out, come say hello. A quick reminder, have you not tuned into our own dedicated channel yet? It's at mornings.live. Yes, mornings.live, and let us know you are in the building. And if you haven't checked in yet, I'm not sure what the hell you're up to. I see Whitaker there. I see Billis there. I see Jimmy there. I see Sullivan there. I see the gang. I see Kai there. I see the gang checking in. And hey, we got the daily poll. We always got a poll. Yes, we got a poll. And we got a... Jimmy, should I drop it? Jimmy, do I drop the joke? Because we got the poll. Or do I put the joke just away this morning? I'm not going to even drop it. Hey, we got the poll. And the poll is... Jimmy says no poll jokes today. All right, so Jimmy's on the poll. Jimmy, actually, Kai, what the hell is Jimmy doing here? I thought Jimmy was going to Japan this week. Yeah, I thought Jimmy was off to Japan to fill some gaps, to fill some holes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to Thursday's show last week. We revealed there is a massive shortage happening in Japan, and Jimmy is trying to plan how to get there and plug the holes. Yeah, every pun intended, plugging holes in Japan. Hey guys, the daily poll goes like this. And don't sleep on the poll. Kai, what? Don't sleep on the poll? Here we go. We want to know this. If you've been through a divorce, what's been the toughest part for you? 3 things. Adjusting to a new routine, co-parenting with my ex, or the emotional aftermath. That's the question, guys. What is it? If you've been through divorce, what's the toughest part for you? Adjusting, co-parenting, or the emotional aftermath? What drives your goat? No, you know what it is, Jimmy? Hey, Kai, the 4th one on that list is the payments. Yes, the alimony, patrimony, palimony, whatever. All those extra payments you got to just put out to pay. All right, the daily question is this. How has your perspective on relationship changed after divorce? Are you like not done with it? Or are you renewing the relationship with your left hand or right hand? And I guess if you really need to get after it, you can go to Japan because they need some holes to be plugged. Yes. Holroyd, I got stuck teaching most of last week, had to listen on demand. I appreciate your Holroyd. I know you were listening in. I appreciate that. Hey, Adam, just a quick talking to you, brother. If there's any way that I can help you, seriously, true story, one-to-one, with your teachings, with what you're doing at work, with your community, with your audience, with the business that you're building, everything you got going on at work. If there's anything that I can help you over a cup of coffee around the AI stuff, the AI tools, what I have learned building this thing from me to you, one-to-one, would love to do that. So please just send me a note, drop me a note, and I am happy to offer some time to help you. Listen, dude, I know you are exceptional with what you do. I simply just want to offer some help if there's ways that I can help you be better. All right, guys. Hey, Jimmy, we got a new snooze thing up here. We should put it on the screen here today. Yes. What is it? Don't snooze. No, what the hell is it? Yeah, don't snooze. Mornings. Oh, what is it, Jimmy, again? There it is. The cost of 9 minutes. Yes. If you guys don't know what the cost of 9 minutes is, you have to head on over to Don't Snooze Tracker. Thanks, Jimmy. Snoozetracker.mornings.live. If you know what listen, If your life is wasting away and you have no clue, this one will set it up for you. Snoozetracker.mornings.live, the ultimate snooze tracker. It shows you how much your life you're just snoozing away. Yeah, just think about it. Actually, don't think about this a second. So the average snooze is 9 minutes. Average sexual situation is less than 8 minutes. Jimmy, I'm just telling you, man, you could get to Japan, get a lot of work done in a snooze. Yeah. I don't know. Just thinking. There you go, guys. Snoozetracker.mornings.live. Go check it in. Go track your snooze. Go have your eyes opened to how ridiculous it is to be laying there and have that goofy little button controlling your life. All right, a bunch of stuff on the table today. Hey, we lost a big one on Friday. Chuck Norris passed. Keith and John are going to get into it. Reacher is in trouble. Yes. Yeah, he was in trouble. Kai, did you put this one on here? Scientists have found out why women want less sex, and it's not hormones. I think we're going to have to figure that conversation. Now, coming up center stage, Tim Murphy is joining myself, John Anderson, and of course, the effervescent. Yeah, I'm just going to drop adjectives all the morning. Sophia Grant. Yes, alcoholics are liars. A 30-year airman's war with the bottle. We're going to sit down with Tim Murphy, retired Air Force veteran who spent decades managing high-stakes military responsibility while privately battling alcoholism. I got to imagine a lot of dudes living life battling something that they can't handle, and alcoholism is one. It's like the functioning drunk, right? So looking forward to that conversation coming up with Tim Murphy. All right, second hour. The deep dive, AI didn't take your job, you're feared. A lot of folks I'm talking to these days are scared. Don't be scared. No, we're here to help you. Speaking of help, the guy helps me every single day. What's he do? He helps me frame the life positively, keeps that word hate out of my mindset, and just brings some empowering love. Who's that guy? His name, he's over there. He's coming in. His name is John Anderson.
Good morning, nation. Last week was wild. We started with a humble potato story, then ended the week hearing Jimmy might be headed to Japan. And that's where it went off the rails, because this wasn't some normal business trip. Chief heard Japan had a male porn star shortage and acted like he found Jimmy a new career. That's the part that killed me. Jimmy was halfway to the airport with a passport and bad decisions. Then the big dog stepped in and brought the room back to earth. Jimmy is not flying over there to be the talent. He's the guy behind the curtain keeping the whole thing alive. The big dog was right. Jimmy is a backstage guy, and this place is expanding, so yeah, brother, welcome to training camp. So stay with us, nation. We were just starting. More shows are coming, the lineup is growing, and this whole network is starting to stretch out.
I love it.
I missed the front. I was getting my cigar ready. What was it? A Bentley, a Rolls? What was it?
Yeah, Jimmy, you have to run that to get. Look at a Bentley. Yeah, he looked pretty solid. So I'm thinking though. So you look like you could have been my driver, Jimmy. Next time you got to have Johnny driving with me, getting out of the back there, so it can make John look official in that whole outfit.
Something tells me I wouldn't have come to be a part of the team if that was part of my job.
Yeah, something tells me that you are correct.
So let me get something straight. Jimmy's the guy behind the curtain. Is he a fluffer?
Well, I noticed.
I mean, Jesus Christ, you got to give the kid a little more credit. He's back there sucking cocks. Is that what he's doing?
No, I noticed.
I mean, behind the curtain doesn't sound very fucking promising in the fucking porn world. You want to be a producer. You want to be the guy who empties trash cans. You want to be anything but the guy that sucks cock in between the sets of film.
I heard the fluffer too, and I'm like, I don't think that's what Jimmy signed up for if he's going to go to Japan to do.
Right, Jimmy, I'm trying to back you up here, babe. Jesus Christ.
How are you, my brother? I got to tell you, man, you and I had our business meeting on Friday, and I hang up the phone and I had a little giggle. And Lauren's like, what? I go, I don't know, man. I spend 2 hours every single day with that man. We're both like in this character kind of funny mode and just having some fun in the morning and, maybe some exaggerated versions. And then we just sit down for like a regular business meeting, just a couple dudes. I was just imagining it's just so different than what happens every single morning. It's so enjoyable too, by the way.
It's like when people really are comfortable with each other.
Yes.
Take on whatever fucking landscapes around you.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yes. Yeah. To those of you that are curious, Keith, John, and John's business partner, colleague Ben, got together on Friday, and we did some simple training. And I got to be honest, man, I love working with John because he always keeps everything super simple. And and I mean that as a compliment because it's so easy to go from 0 to 10 teaching, right? And often you got to stay at 0 to 1, and then 1 to 2. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but I mean it just in a simplistic way because there's so much value in just stripping it right back, and it's a skill that you're so good at.
So I mean that's been like my
it's your superpower, dude.
Key to success since I was little.
No question about it. No question about it. How's the weekend? How was your 44 hours away from me? What did you do? You spent some time with your wife. What'd you do?
Yeah, we did. Let me think. We'll go backwards.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we actually had 2 workouts yesterday. I worked out early in the morning, and then I'd filmed with Ben.
Yeah.
We did some more filming for the Academy, the peptide learning platform. And then I didn't think that actually kind of funny. I haven't told you about this yet. We're hatching a new part of our business for it. I've just run a couple of tests. I call it betas. We're just kind of putting a couple of people in a possible position. I'm just talking to them about it, and they're like, "Fuck yes!" It's basically a fully done for you peptide business. Meaning, you have an investment, right?
Yep.
You get a fully functioning website that connects to our fulfillment center.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is you get your website, you put your whatever form of payments you want to take, you collect money. At the end of the week, you get an invoice. As long as on Saturday morning, it cuts off at midnight Friday. As long as by noon on Monday, you've paid your bill, it keeps going.
Love it.
You don't have to fucking front anything.
I love it. Dude, it's brilliant.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
The crazy part about it is that it's a good opportunity for everybody involved. I mean, the person that's doing it. I mean, my biggest thing is if you have people coming to you saying, "What are you doing?"
Yes.
You're primed and fucking ready.
Well, let's face it.
That guys will sell themselves.
Well, in that industry right now is in a ton of ambiguity, right? So I guess what you're saying is what you are selling is your trust behind it, right? Really?
Say that one more time.
So that industry is full of ambiguity right now. So what you are saying is the trust behind it. Like you're saying that I put the research in, I put the work in, I know what's going on in this space. I've sourced a good supplier. So by you,
better than that, we fucking make it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, 100%. So they're coming in. There's not very many American-made based companies.
Yes.
So, and I think when it comes down to it, these people that we're kind of doing our test with, your head on that, they know me. They know what I represent. It's very easy for them to bet on me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that I know that there's a lot of questions and ambiguity. So somebody's saying, "Okay, I'm going to get into business with John Anderson."
Quick confession.
Yeah.
When you said ambiguity, and I still couldn't. If I said define it, I don't know that I could define it. Right now it's sitting in my brain as this word. I don't know which way to go with that word.
You do know what it is, actually. I just explained it to you. So it's just great.
I know. But when you said it, I wasn't connecting the dots in context. Yeah. So I was like fucking trying to figure out how to answer that in a way where I didn't know the word at the moment.
Yeah. Well, no, because I appreciate that. If somebody wants to get in this space, they don't know how to get started. They don't know who to get a supplier from. Yeah. They don't XXX. You're saying I've handled it all for you. It's actually quite similar, Johnny, to our Mornings in the Lab program, Morning Show in a Box.
Live to the fucking T. I mean, it's like
exact same thing.
You come with 3 possible URLs. You try to make sure they're all free.
Love
Put
it.
them in or totem pole order. We get it for you. We host it for you. We build the website for you.
Yes.
It's done for you. Literally.
Yeah. That's
here you go. Fucking go.
That's solid, dude. That's solid. All right, let's have a little bit of fun this morning. A few little things to put on the table just to have some shits and giggles about. But before we do that, I know we don't have an opener for this, but I want to put it out there. Johnny, we celebrated his birthday last week, and then on Friday we got the news that
Chuck, fucking Chuck, dude. I was like, I saw that. I'm like, yeah, we're just talking about him. What happened? Did he have what? He didn't look like he was going to die in that picture.
No, you know what? It's Charlie sent me a text on Friday. Good time. Sent me a text that, "Hey, Chuck passed." I said, "I do." And I said, I know he did. And what was I going to say? They put that picture out. They put that picture out and celebrating his birthday. It's like I almost thought that he was already passed. It's like when they put it out, it's like they knew he was passing, right? I thought that quite.
Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't doing well for a little while, but they were keeping it kind of secret. That's pretty common.
It could have been, yeah. Kai, there's a bunch in there, kiddo. In the books marks, I got some Taylor Swift stuff in there. I got Chuck Norris. I got a bunch of stuff in there. I got Maxwell cassettes. There is a bunch in there, Kai, right now this morning in the all bookmarks. I got some Chuck Norris stuff there as well, including Timberlake, a bunch of crazy shit. So if you can check that out, Kai, that would be great. So I'm gonna suspect age. Right, he wasn't a young puppy. He was, and I'm not suggesting he was also old, but he was, he was. I think he just maybe just there was no specific reason why. Let's put it that way.
Oh, really? I figured it had to been like a heart attack or something that just misfired. Because people don't know we have heart attacks all the time. They're just so little we don't know.
Yes, yeah.
But when you're 86, one of those little ones can be the last straw.
Yes. Yeah, well, there you go. Hey, Jimmy, scientists are finding out why women, well, I don't know about, not mine, but scientists are finding out why women want less sex, and it's not just hormones. Bill and Preston.
University of Toronto reviewed over 300 studies. The libido gap between men and women isn't biological. It's learned from bad early sexual experiences. 55% of women report sexual difficulties. Libido is ages 17 to 18.
This isn't a story about women. It's a story about what men need to understand. Keith and John, let's see who's actually ready for this conversation.
Yeah, Johnny, so we can have this conversation with Brianna Bass tomorrow. But Research University of Toronto, Mississauga just published a landmark review that analyzed more than 300 scientific studies, and their conclusion is going to hit different. The libido gap, not biological, not hormonal, it is learned. Yeah, it is the result of early sexual experiences. And for those early experiences, Johnny, for women, most were not good.
Well, let's think about in the last however many years, what's changed. I would say one of the biggest things to change the sexual landscape was fucking in the internet and porn.
Oh, no question.
It skewed the idea of what it is, so that a male, he has this idea of what he's got to do, and the female's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that because of my three kids, right? I got the three, and I started to wonder about how, like, my two daughters, like, the internet has wrecked a lot of men, dude, with that whole situation. Like, what the expectations are, the performance, and then when I hear that if a woman has a bad sexual experience at first, that doesn't set the future up very well for her, does it? At all, really? Like,
Yeah, I mean, especially it's you think about it, a woman's in a pretty freaking vulnerable position,
dude. It absolutely does. Up to 55% of women report sexual difficulties, and according to the research, the difficulties trace back to the earliest experiences, right? And the critical window, ages 17 to 18, when most people are, having their first romantic relationships. And they have found that women are far more likely than men to have negative experiences, and because of that, painful sex and body insecurity, all of that leads them to, as life goes on, perhaps some anxiety and some avoidance.
Well, that body thing makes sense too, because we're fucking fatter than we've ever been.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Here's an interesting side note, just kind of the language thing.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know, because I've seen this so many ways. I have my opinion.
Yes.
So and it all comes down, like when you're talking about women or a woman.
Yeah. Yes.
So in my mind.
Yes.
A woman.
Yes.
Singular, a woman. If you're talking about a bunch of women, those are women. No, I swear to God. Because isn't there two different spellings for this?
Yeah, woman and woman.
Yeah. So when you say woman, like a minute ago, you said woman, like you're talking about women in general.
Yes.
Women are having a hard time with sex.
Oh, yes.
So it's singular versus plural. Which is the right way? Because I hear go bull, and I've had multiple just fun arguments with buddies about this.
Woman or woman?
Yeah, like if you look at the room, like if you look at the restroom, what does it say?
Oh, that's a good fucking question, Anderson. Women. It's woman.
Woman is like, but you would think that's a singular fucking bathroom. If it was one that had 30 fucking, you know, or 3 stalls, would it be women? You know what I mean? The WE is multiple, WO is singular. Is that correct?
Dude, you're so then why is the men's washroom men, not man?
Well, because it's granted, it's if it's men, it should be more than one, but you're correct. It's labeled the same all the time.
Yes.
But I mean, isn't it kind of a trip? This is like this little glitch in our language that nobody really catches.
What? Unless you're tuning into Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John, when we break down the intricacies of the English language. Hey, so I'm only.
By the way, I caught 2 big fucking bass because we didn't talk.
Oh, you did? Tell me.
Yeah. So basically, we're off of my dock.
Yes.
There's only around my docks there's palm trees, which don't really create much shade.
No, of course not.
If you go over to my neighbors, in between going to the left, you're facing the lake. There's a huge fucking tree with a lot of shade between those 2 docks.
Okay. Yeah.
And my buddy to the left, he's the big fisherman. He's like, dude, go fucking cast off my dock. You'll have one right away. I had one pulled in. It was a lure this time. It was a little fish that was swimming.
Yeah.
I could see him falling in on the 3rd cast. By the 4th one, there was one on the hook. I got it out, put him back in, because we throw him back. We pay to stock this one.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And then after that, it was just like every 2nd or 3rd cast, pow, you got another one on.
That's awesome. So when you're fishing, was your buddy on his dock as well? You guys are both fishing off your docks?
He's actually down in Huntington right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was asking for some. He had wanted some peptide, so I set him up and told him what to do. And he's like, dude, I got to come back, man. The fishing was so good last week. And I'm like, fuck, I still haven't caught one. He's like, dude, will you go fucking fish off my dock, please? You'll catch one right away.
That's awesome. What was I going to say? So you caught it and just immediately threw it back, eh? So do you fish?
Yeah, you got to get them back in the water fairly quick because
you fish barbless.
They're traumatized and they're can you imagine if some fucking, let's put that in scale, like some 120-foot fucking creature pulls us out of our fucking orbit into his, and then throws us back. He doesn't get us back fairly quick. You know what I mean? So what you do is you get the hook out of them, you get the hook out of their mouth, and then you go down. You just kind of hold them under the belly, but by the tail, and you make them work to get out. Because if they work to get out, they're fine.
Do you? Is it law to fish barbless, or can you fish barbed, or do you have to fish barbless, or it doesn't matter?
We make the fucking laws on this.
So here in Manitoba, you have to fish barbless. If the conservation guys catch you, big fines. So you got to squeeze the barbs off your hooks before you set them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you know who enforces the rules out here? We call him the governor.
Oh,
the mayor. And he's one of my neighbors, the fucking sweetest man on the planet, George. As long as you deal with, relatively follow the homeowners.
Yes.
You got no fucking issues. It's the idiots that try to do dumb shit.
Absolutely. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hang out with Keith and John this morning on Mornings in Live. We get after it every single day, Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock live Eastern time on mornings.live, your Mornings in the Lab live network. Hey, so I put something up here that I thought would be somewhat, actually, you're talking about shade. So I got a guy who's committed to shade. Check this out. So I found a crane operator. There's a woman. Look at this. This woman is tanning out there on the sand. And there's this guy with the crane operator. He's watching her. She moves. So what does he do? He moves this crane. So she's going to move to the left here in a second. So she gets up and moves her item. So I'm gonna talk through. Watch. She moves it, and then he.
Oh, she's like, okay, I see now. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, and
then that's the shade is the crane.
Yes, and then he looks at his controls. He's like, fuck, I'm gonna move it over again. That dude's committed to his job, that's for sure. Speaking of committed, so this one is a humorous. So I know you and I don't like to spend a lot of time on this kind of bullshit, but it's not lost upon me because we grew up with this guy too, and we all make mistakes. But there was some footage released of his mistake, which was somewhat humorous. Justin Timberlake, Johnny, was caught a few months ago with a DUI in Florida, and they released the footage of him being arrested, and it is what it is. But he's sitting in the lockup, and just pissed, man. Listen, I haven't been in lockup like that, but I've been in those situations like him where you're just drunk, you're trying to ask for forgiveness, and if somebody has a chance, I'd invite somebody to go listen and watch it and just have a little giggle today. Because if you're in a bad mood, and if you grew up with this dude like in sync and bye, it'll probably just make you giggle, man, because it's just one of those moments like, we make a mistake. Good thing he didn't hurt anybody. I'm not trying to dismiss what he did, but hey, it happens to all of us, Johnny. It happens to all of us.
Well, it shows it's not just the broke fuckers that can't hire an Uber. Even the guys that got all the fucking bread they need, still make the poor decision out of the influence.
There's a video of him doing the outside of his car, and them asking him to do the sobriety test, and he stopped. And he's a dancer for a living, and he's trying to do these steps. He looks and goes, "This is really hard." You're like, really? Dude, you're actually just really pissed right now. So anyways, hey, Johnny, speaking of pissed, we got a guy coming up here in a few moments, spent 30 years managing nuclear security programs, retired from NORAD with honors, all while secretly battling the same alcoholism that turned his childhood home into nightmare. Tim Murphy's going to join us here in a couple moments on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Dude, 30-year battle with the bottle. And he sorted it out, and we all have our challenges. Looking forward to welcoming. Yeah, exactly. Looking forward to welcoming Tim Murphy into the lab today in a few moments. All right. So speaking of, let's do that. Listen, I had a quick chat with Marty on Friday on text. There, he's been busy. I was hoping to get him in on the show here, but we have been playing some phone tag, so I'm not sure if the guy's lost or where he is at. But we are looking for the unimitable.
There's a certain point where you just got to fucking realize that bird's going to fly where it wants to.
Well, that's exactly where it is. Yeah. Speaking of bird flying, we got Brianna Bass coming back tomorrow, brother. Second consecutive week with No Safe Words with Brianna Bass dropping tomorrow at 9:00 Eastern time with Keith and John. All right, Sophia, are you ready? I can see he's ready. Tim, Bald Kenobi Murphy sitting back there in the green room, ready to rock and roll this morning. Sophia Grant, Keith Bellis, John Anderson this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
You already know the voice, the one you grew up hearing, the one you swore you'd never sound like. And for a while you didn't. You built your whole life as proof. Different job, different city, different choices. You were sure. Then one quiet night you heard it, your mouth, their words. And you realized the promise had already broken. Tim Murphy grew up in Somerset, Kentucky. His father drank and put bullet holes in the walls of their house. Tim's childhood game was connect the dots. The dots were bullet holes. He made himself a promise. He would never end up like that. He left home and enlisted in the Air Force, security forces, structure, authority, a clean start. By basic training, he was an alcoholic. For 30 years, he served. He ran nuclear convoy security for 3,000 personnel. He guarded Langley. He retired from NORAD with honors. He was drunk through nearly all of it. When he finally stopped, AA didn't work. So he walked into his garage, grabbed a notebook, and wrote his own system. That system became a book. Then a TEDx talk so unconventional, TED flagged it with a content warning. If you've ever kept a promise to yourself for so long that you forgot you'd already broken it, that's today's conversation. Tim, welcome to the lab. We're excited about this conversation.
Oh, we are excited, Johnny. Today's guest, he spent 30 years managing nuclear security programs. When traditional recovery failed him, he retreated to his garage to engineer the do-it-yourself system that finally saved his life. Sophia, John, let's welcome him to the stage. Tim Murphy joining us this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. What's going on, Tim? You're muted, brother. You're muted. Right on the bottom of your screen there, you'll see a little mute button there, pal. All right. Well, Tim's getting his mute sorted out there. We will.
How about now? How about
there you are?
There you are.
I'm with you guys. Wow. Okay, technology. It's yeah, challenging.
But it looks like what is it? Is it Donald Sutherland, Kiefer Sutherland's dad, just joined the show? Fuck, man.
You're so right, Johnny. Yeah.
Is it? Love it, dude. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
So I got to ask a question right out of the gate. What is it about your TED Talk speech that made them have to flag it with a content warning? What was that?
Looking back through, I go through a lot of the TED Talks that talk about alcoholism and stuff, and none of them got flagged but me. I'm just that kind of special guy that things like that happen to me. It just the people there at the time just decided that, hey, this is this is not advice, what it's worth. They put that banner on there, but far as I can see, I'm the only one they did that with on an alcohol related TED Talk. So,
well, that's
I'm special.
Well, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Being special is great, Obi Bald Kenobi. That's a special thing to have. Where are you joining us from today, Tim?
I'm in Colorado Springs. I was going to give you my smart ass answer and tell you from my living room, but yeah, just Colorado Springs.
Well, hey, dude, let's go here. You said living room. It was not lost upon me in the opener there that you spent time sharing with us that you grew up in the house, connecting dots created by bullet holes in the living room and so forth. Dude, that struck me. Can you talk a little bit about that with myself and John and the audience, and living with a father, living in that kind of world where it's supposed to be a safe space. It was more so perhaps an ambiguous space.
Right. When my dad was in the house, he was very violent and abusive and stuff. He would come and go. He was nomadic. He'd be gone for 6 months. I watch these crime shows. I'm getting a little off the subject, but they say, hey, how come you didn't report this guy's missing? And we never reported our dad as missing. He'd go and be gone forever, so that always strikes me. But anyway, he was very violent and he would shoot guns in the house, threaten to kill us and stuff. And yeah, just draw on the wall. As a kid, that was normal to me. It was, and he would go into DTs and lock the house up and close the curtains and go listen to the banister, hear people talking about him and stuff. And, I never knew I was being held hostage. I was watching guns smoke and everything was good. So it's just,
as far as you know, it was normal.
That was a normal childhood. Yeah, normal childhood.
Isn't it just shows? It's crazy. It shows what we can adapt as normal.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. When did Tim so let's stay here though. When did you realize as a young man that wasn't normal?
Just as I got older and started making friends and stuff like that their parents weren't alcoholics, because he'd take me with we lived in a dry county, which means they didn't sell alcohol there. We'd have to go across the Kentucky state line or into another town. I grew up in Kentucky, but and stuff, and again, all normal and stuff, but not until I got older, and got into high school and started meeting other kids and stuff and seeing that, hey, this is not normal. Not everybody lives this way. So it was a while.
Yeah. And then you promised yourself you'd never be your father. And I think as us men growing up, we always, that's something we say to ourselves. I don't want to be like my dad. But then by graduation, Johnny, Tim's an alcoholic. And right. When did you first realize that you'd become the thing that you hated most?
Probably when I joined the military and got into the military and seen that at the time I joined, alcohol was a big thing again at the time. You know, when I was in the household, it was normal. He was making home brew in the house, and so we'd sneak drinks and stuff like that. You know, hey, go get me a beer. You know, you'd open it up and you'd take a drink and then give it to them. And, oh, you want a sip? And you'd already had a sip. But it wasn't until I joined the military that I really realized that, hey, you know, my life revolves around alcohol. You know, is everything I did pretty much. Let's go to the club. You know, let's do this, but it all had to do with alcohol. You know, hey, let's pregame before we even go out and drink. Yeah.
You know, I took that whole alcohol in the house with my kids really serious. Like my kids probably, oh man, I mean, they saw me drink so little. I remember there was a time when we'd gone to one of our cabins, it was totally secluded. One of my buddies came up and we were going to drink for the weekend. And one of my middle child, she's probably 8 or 9. She's like, she'd never seen it. She's like, Daddy, I don't like it when you drink. I mean, that's how conditioned they were to not seeing it. You know, she just wasn't used to seeing me drink. You know, we were drink. It was just beer, but we drank a lot of beer, you know, and it was like, you know, it was just I knew that if I exposed them to this on any regular basis, it was going to just endorse that it was okay. Yes. So I knew when she came and said that to me, I knew that what I had done definitely had put their mindset in the right spot.
Well, that's fascinating. Tim, do you have kids?
Yes, I have 3 grown kids. And one of the things, you know, I wrote this book back here, Alcoholics Are Liars. And that's one of the lies I told myself. I won't keep alcohol in the house. And, you know, in my mind, that was the right thing to do, which it was, but I still came home drunk. You know,
you just get your business done before you got home.
Exactly. Just because I didn't have alcohol in the house didn't change a thing, you know, and so I'd come home drunk and, you know, that everything that happened in my life I can trace back to alcohol.
Interesting.
So, you know.
So John, get this rap sheet. 2 divorces, 30 years of drinking, a borrowed car wrapped around a sign pole. Tim, you know, what was that moment where, and maybe it was the moment before the moment you looked your own mirror where you decided that enough was enough, or perhaps enough wasn't enough, but it had to be enough?
Yeah, well, 2 marriages was enough. I'll just put that out there right there.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, because 50 was 100%.
Yeah, I'm the common denominator in all this. But when I had the car wreck, I was out bar hopping like I always did. That, you know, normal thing, blacking out, and that's what I did. I blacked out. So I ran into that is a divided highway sign. I'm telling you, folks, this was a God thing. I ran into a divided highway sign. I hit it straight on middle of the car. It looked like I did it on purpose. And Jesus. Maybe I did. I don't know. But the sign came down, crushed the top of the car in, the roof of the car. I was driving home like this. You know, it's just that what's in motion stays in motion. I was a mile away from home, and I made it there. The next day, I couldn't start the car, but I couldn't even get in it because it was crushed down, and the windshield was shattered. And I'm sure at the time that probably looked normal to me driving home, but I did make it that mile to get to the house. It was a borrowed car because mine had been confiscated. They'd been used in a crime. And my son at the same time got sentenced to 30 years in prison. And that was, you know, all the wake up call. I had to look at myself and say, I'm either going to be dead or I'm going to be in prison with my son. And who's going to support him if either one of them happens? So I've got to change. So I started going to AA. I didn't like that, and started just sitting out in my garage back here and thinking about what I was doing. I started writing things down, and that's how I came up with this book here, The 7 Secret Pillars of Sobriety.
Well, brother, I'm a big I'm a big systems guy. Everything in my life is a system. Sounds like you created a system. Tell us about that system.
Okay, yeah. There's certain things that are universal to a good life. You know, gratitude, being thankful, finding what is good in your life that we go through. I start my day with gratitude. I end my day with gratitude. Journaling. I write down my feelings, what's going on. That may sound woo-woo to a lot of folks, but it helps. Writing is an exercise for the mind. If you think it, ink it. And words change your life. It's like what you say to yourself. That's one of the things I didn't get along with AA is standing in there and saying, my name is Tim and I'm an alcoholic. You know, that is an affirmation. And I didn't like that. And that's, you know, alcohol was something I was suffering with. It wasn't who I was. And so I had to start changing the way I talk to myself about, oh, what has always happened to me? Bad things happen all the time. To, well, look, you know, I've had 2 bad divorces. I've survived them both. I own my car. I own my house. You know, I'm not doing too bad. Look what I've got to be grateful for. And when I did that right there, found things in my life I could be grateful for, that changed my life. It was a proverbial, you know, weight lifted off the shoulders.
Isn't that fucking crazy how that happens, brother?
Right there.
I love that because that's so true.
Right,
Yeah.
It's just the choice to look at your life through a different set of goggles.
Yeah. Hey, Tim, I'm struck by something you said, and you broke up a little bit, but I'm struck by this. John, I think you picked up on it too. What you said that you didn't like AA because you had to affirm, and I want to make sure I understood. I'm quite curious about this, but did I understand you that you did not like AA because you had to affirm that you were an alcoholic? Did I hear that correctly? And you didn't like that? Talk to me.
Yeah, you heard correctly. Yeah. I believe in that affirmations. I am, and whatever follows, that's what you are. And that was going in and saying, I'm an alcoholic. And, you know, I wasn't. I was a father, an uncle, blah, blah, blah. You fill in the blanks. Like I said, that alcoholism was something I suffered from. That was not my identity and who I was. And I didn't like that. I also didn't like the fact of I was powerless over it. I got myself into this. I need to be the one to get myself out of it.
Wow, Johnny.
And
yeah, no, I mean, I've never been to an
take
AA
full responsibility for your life.
Yeah, I've never been to an AA meeting, but I would say that I've always kind of hung my hat on the fact that, look, I got myself into this shit. I'll get myself out.
There you have it. 100% responsibility for your life. Don't blame
because I mean I got a really addictive behavior pattern, but I own this because I'm blessed with my addiction because I attach my addiction to constructive shit. Thank God that I have this behavior pattern because if I don't have it, I'm not me. I just took me a little while to learn how to use it. This superpower.
Yeah. So that's why I asked you, John, if you heard the same thing I did because I haven't thought of it so loud except for maybe the last few minutes, but I believe I'd be in that same group. I put myself into this shit. I got to get myself out of it. So it's not that I dislike those programs, but the way you framed it, Tim, is quite interesting to me. So let me ask you this. Is alcoholism a disease, Tim? Because many say that it is. I suspect you say that it is a choice.
Well, I will say that those first drinks are a choice. After that, then it does start turning into an addiction because it changes your brain. You know, when you start, you know, once I got sober, I was what they call a dry drunk for a year. And that is, I still thought and acted the same way, still had the same speech and patterns, was derogatory to women, was a womanizer. And it took a year for my brain to clear out and start making different neural pathways so I could think different. So yeah, those when you first start, it is a choice. but then that's when after a while, it turns into the addiction.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like, and this is just an observation, I have no idea if I'm correct, just my observation. It seems like, because I have a lot of friends that have been through some sort of AA or some sort of a treatment, if you will, right? Some sort of a system to help them get out of their addiction or manage their addiction. And it seems like the people there's a very difference, but I guess, how would I put it? The people that I recognize that really develop, they don't have to stay in that program. That program or changing their mind turns into a bigger, better version of themselves to where they don't need that anymore. As to where the people that don't develop, they got to use that crutch till the end.
Right. Exactly. And there's
is that a correct observation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
They still go to AA meetings, and they're in there for 12, 13 years, and they've been sober the whole time. I got to go to these meetings to stay sober, and that's not right. You are not that weak of a person. And I've also got friends or run into people that said, oh, I can't go in a bar no more, and alcohol is embedded in our society. You go to a picnic, a cookout, a baby birth, a wedding, anything, alcohol's there. Everywhere. You cannot live your life in avoidance. You got to be able to go live your life to the fullest, not be afraid to go into any place.
Well, I mean, when I think of that whole not going to a bar, I think of that more of a symbol. And what that symbol means is don't go back and fucking hold company with the same fucking dipshits that are doing the shit you don't want to do. Go to the barbecue, go to the place where there's all the people you want to be with. And yes, they don't have a problem with managing alcohol in their lives. Just because you do doesn't mean you shouldn't show up there. But the bar, in my mind, is going back into the pit of the place where the people have no interest in doing anything other than getting fucked up for the rest of their lives.
Okay, I agree with that. I'll tell you, in my personal situation, the people that helped me get sober are still alcoholics and still drinking, but they love me enough that, when there's nothing anonymous about alcoholism. When I was out there womanizing, fighting, getting drunk, wrecking my car, what was anonymous about that? So you can't be anonymous in your sobriety either. You got to announce it out loud. And I did. I told my favorite bartenders and stuff, never serve me alcohol again. I have quit, told all my friends I have quit. The ones that loved me and wanted the best for me supported me 100%. Yeah. The others that was like, one beer's not going to hurt you. Yeah, come on over. Let's have a shot. That's not going to hurt you. Those are the people I had to separate myself from.
Yes, those guys represent the bar.
There you have it. Yeah. And so the ones that when somebody say a round for the bar, that say, no, not for this guy. He's not having one. Yeah. And those guys, they're still my dearest friends or my biggest supporters. And, I ran a lot of my material across them while I was riding and, but they have no desire to quit, and if nobody has a desire to quit, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. I mean, they got to make a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Timmy, Obi, Bald, Kenobi joining myself and John Anderson this morning on Mornings in Live with Keith, John, and friends, having a very revealing, provocative, vulnerable conversation. Tim, you're dropping nuggets, man. You are opening my eyes to a lot of things that I'm very appreciative right now. Hey, one of the segments we like to put on the show here is we got the Dumb Shit Award and we have the I Need a Hero Award, and one of them today is I think this will lighten our conversation right now. I grabbed a little clip of we're always honking horns and people honking horns, celebrate nurses, celebrate this, celebrate that. Well, this is pretty cool, man. There was a woman driving down the street in Brazil, and she has a sign saying she just beat cancer. Last chemo I've beat, honk. And there's people driving by. Jimmy, run the clip, man. Let's run this clip here.
Welcome back to I Need a Hero, because today's hero turned one hard finish line into a moment the whole street could feel. Nathalia Raquel finished her last chemo, put a sign on the car, and asked strangers for one thing: honk if you're with me.
And that's what makes this powerful. She didn't hide the battle. She let people witness the victory.
Then São Paulo answered back. Horns, waves, cheers. Total strangers saying, "We see you. Keep going."
That matters, because when somebody fights that hard, even one small public show of love can feel enormous.
Exactly. It wasn't just noise. It was proof that hope still travels fast when people choose kindness.
That's our hero of the day. Back to Keith and John.
Tim, I put this up there because, you experienced the same thing with stopping the drinking. People are like, no. Some said no, some said yes. And I would suspect that, you had heroes in your life helping you stop the drinking, just like, when she celebrated her. I love this, man, because, can you imagine how she feels? And she's put the sign out and everybody, like, that's got to be a wonderful feeling for that. And then when you said one more thing, Tim, the anonymous part. And then she's like, alcoholism isn't anonymous, just like the cancer thing. Tim, you're muted, by the way, brother. If you can get yourself unmuted here, as Tim, you're muted. If you can unmute yourself just when I bring you up here. Yeah, there you go. There's something quite powerful about just expressing love through a honk or by not being anonymous. Tim Murphy.
Yes, exactly. And I will throw this out there too. I had kidney cancer, had to have an operation, and I'm cured from that. But yeah, it's let people know, help them celebrate, and this helps other people going through that same thing. You don't know what that does for somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, I love the fact that she's bald headed, just wearing it out, just fucking laying it out. That's what makes it so inspirational.
Yes, I agree. Putting herself right out there. Tim, you mentioned your son was going to prison for 30 years. If one's going to prison for 30 years, it's not probably a light situation. As a father who has been on the journey you've been on, how have you had to accept that news? How have you continued to love or not love your son? And what has that been like? Living through that situation, Tim?
I love my son unconditionally. That will never change no matter what he does. But, he made his own decisions. Okay. Mm-hmm. I accept that. But I've also got to look at, he grew up when me and his mother divorced. He came to live with me. And his role model was a 50-year-old drunk man, womanizing, fighting, corralling. So he modeled that behavior, and it ended him in prison, And so I go and visit him every Sunday, and we sit and we have long talks. We talk about a lot of things, and his rehabilitation has not been in the prison system. It's been during our Sunday meetings and our Sunday talks and stuff, because prison is human storage. That's all it is.
The responsibilities you bear, Tim, are admirable, man. I'm taking all this in. You are you're a very proud man, aren't you, Tim Murphy?
Yes, I believe I'd have to accept that label. Yeah.
Oh, interesting, because you paused.
Well, I had to think about it. I hadn't,
Yeah,
I don't do that kind of self-reflection.
Yeah,
I just try to do what can I do better? How can I be a better man? How can I be a better father? Yeah.
You're a man of faith, aren't you, Tim?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that sense. Has being a man of faith been a big part of your journey?
Yes, it always has been. Yeah. Like I said, gratitude. I begin my day with gratitude. I end my day with gratitude. And part of that is thanking God for what he's given me and what I have in my life.
Yeah. We have a lot of folks that pass through the show here where they bring faith up, but don't lean into it. And I always say that if faith is part of you, don't run away from it and, make it all of you, Tim.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, right. And that's one of the things you get, asking and she'll be given, all those things that are in the Bible. But again, there's also that forgive others that trespass against you and I will forgive you, So that's huge in my life right there. I believe that before I can be forgiven, I had to give forgiveness.
Well, it's interesting, Tim, because we talk about it on the show often. It seems like we live in a culture now where everybody's just quick to cancel everybody. We have somewhere lost forgiveness, it seems like, Tim.
Yes.
Would you?
We've lost a lot of things, but forgiveness is one of them. We hold grudges too long, and all that does is puts poison in our vessels and rots us from the inside out and turns us in. We can become ugly people that way, by not forgiving. And forgiving, that phrase of forgive and forget that is not right. We are humans. We're always going to remember. So we got to forgive. And sometimes that one indiscretion needs several forgivenesses over time. And as we do it, it will shrink and get smaller to where it doesn't eat at us so bad. But forgiveness is a big thing to keep us clean. And
so true, brother. It's like you got forgiveness on one side and you got holding a grudge or regret or whatever you want on the other side. And that side of the fence is like fucking drinking rat poison, hoping that somebody else is going to get sick.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And along with that forgiveness, I had to forgive myself for a lot of the things too. And that was, it's not just outward, it is an inward thing also.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. Hang out with Keith and John this morning with our guest, Tim Murphy. We're going to walk Tim out of here. We started the conversation. Johnny's like, hey, this looks like we got Donald Sutherland on the show here. And we got to check this out. Put the image up on the screen. It's clear to me, John Anderson, we have Donald Sutherland. Like, look, it's the same person. Like
if Donald got rid of his hair, fucking man.
Yeah, it's actually the same person. Yeah. Hey, Tim, where can folks find you, connect with you, learn from you, perhaps engage with you, and maybe get ahead in life by learning from Tim Obi Bald Kenobi Murphy?
Yes, I got Facebook, Tim Murphy, LinkedIn, Tim Murphy. You'll see this gorgeous face there. You'll know you're in the right place. I've got a website, 7 Secret Pillars of Sobriety. And any of those things will get you to me.
Nice. Johnny, you say goodbye to Tim before he leaves?
I appreciate you, brother. Keep up the good work, man. The world needs more people leading by example.
Absolutely. Tim Murphy, thanks for hanging out with us, my brother. Appreciate you so much. And thanks for being vulnerable and sharing your story with us. And we'll see you in the feeds. And love to have a coffee this time, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tim's out of here. Lifestyle tip, hour 2. We are resetting Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
All right. This one is really powerful, but so many people have a hard time grabbing a hold of it. So hear me out. See, our brain is it's like a supercomputer. It's so powerful, but you've got to learn how to control it, because it's gonna work no matter what. Question, is it working for you or against you? Really, really simple example. Before I give that example, I want you to think this. We get more of what we think about. Simple example time. Now, I've used this before. Let's say you're a normal, you have a normal job, you get off at 4 or 5 o'clock and you're supposed to go to the gym. That's your schedule. Then you go home, because if you go home, you never quite make it to the gym. So you go to the gym first. And it's about 30 minutes before you're getting off. And you think, man, I'm pretty tired. Maybe I shouldn't go to the gym. Right there. Your brain is going to work. It's basically going to go to work on what you just said. It's going to go out and it's going to bring back 5 reasons not exactly 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, who knows, a series of reasons why you shouldn't go. Flip side, man, I'm pretty tired, but I know if I go to the gym, I'm going to feel better. Boom. Your brain goes and recruits and finds those reasons to help you actually feel better, and going to the gym being one of them. So you see, we have this really, really powerful tool at our disposal that we kind of let go to waste. Most of us don't recognize how powerful this supercomputer is. So the tip is this: be careful what you think about, because when all the dust settles, you're going to get more of what you focus on the most. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, team, just a heads up here. Our agent didn't do the work on the hour 2 reset, so the handsome chief can't see the words. Yeah, true story. Hey, good morning. If you're just joining us, we are back for hour 2, having some fun here with myself and John Anderson. We get after it every single day. Mornings.live here on the big network. 8 o'clock, of course, 7:30 Eastern time. Matt Roof gets up there after it first to open the whole network up Monday to Friday. 8 o'clock got Keith and John. 8:30 on Wednesdays. Cheryl Whitaker gets a show happening with leadership every single Wednesday. Jason Hewlett, 4 o'clock on Thursdays. And we got a couple shows dropping here very soon. What the Truck, and a new show about the supply chain industry coming up as well in the next few weeks. Hey, guys, if you haven't checked us out yet, head on over to mornings.live and let the nation know you are here. Come check into the show. You do that, show your proof. What's your proof? That you're up, you're at it, you're chasing your goals, you're not hitting the snooze button. Speaking of hitting the snooze button, listen, if you're just sitting there and you have this button controlling your life, you have no clue how much of your life is wasting away. Well, we got something for you. Snoozetracker.mornings.live. Snoozetracker.mornings.live, the only snooze tracking application in the world, which will show you how much you are wasting your life away by just snoozing. Yes, snoozetracker.mornings.live. What is the cost of 9 minutes? What is it? Holroyd, what's the cost of 9 minutes? You actually can put your wage in there. You can put the hours you're snoozing, and you can actually have a very good look at how much of your life is being wasted by just laying there and making decisions before your brain is even up and after it. Okay, we got some things to get into here in the second hour. AI didn't take your job, your fear did. The 2026 reality check, plus a bunch of other fun things coming up in the second hour, as well as the morning focus monologue and Community Corner with Maya Reyes. But hour 2 starts right now on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
AI didn't take your job. Your fear did. It's wearing your badge right now. It's not the tool, it's the freeze. Men confuse hesitation with caution, and that lie gets expensive.
You keep doing it the old way, and your hours disappear. The mortgage stays. Stress follows you into breakfast.
AI isn't deleting careers overnight. It's shaving off tasks. The premium moves to judgment, communication, and leadership. That's the game.
Pick one real task you do weekly. Use AI to draft it in 10 minutes. Then you edit like the pro. That's how you stay valuable.
Today, we'll show the trap and the fix. You'll get a simple AI reps protocol and a rule for what stays human. No excuses.
All right, let's get real for a few minutes here, guys. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I might be falling behind and I don't even know where anymore? Because today we're going to break down something nobody's talking about honestly. Well, AI isn't just changing work. It might be messing how we see our value. And if you don't understand what actually is happening, you're going to think you're getting replaced when really you're just not adapting fast enough. And this is not going to be all about lecturing, more about just putting questions out there about perhaps the world we are in, the world we are moving around in, and whether your experience you think matters more now or less, and how you might be able to use these AI tools around us to extrapolate that experience. I guess the big question is our man afraid of AI or afraid of becoming irrelevant? And I think as I put this topic together, it's as much about the latter. We are in a world now where it is, this fear is rising fast. Every single week, something's happening, moving faster than ever. But the action still for us men is, I feel like it's uneven, right? We got this productivity expectations going up, but, we're not making it. We as men aren't adapting quick enough. Johnny, I think we're going to go through a space here where there's a lot of dudes being left behind because they're still stuck on the couch. True story. It's in all aspects, man. And that 20-year-old dude, that 30-year-old dude who's got the skills, that 45-year-old guy who's just kind of waiting for
Isn't
retirement.
that already happening? This is not a future thing. This has been happening from the fucking beginning of time. It's just the problem is becoming more popular. It's becoming more accepted. It's becoming okay.
And I think it's coming accelerated too. I think it's accelerating where, and this is where I get fearful of the guys in my peer group that aren't maybe keeping up with culture around us. Like even yourself, dude, I'll give you not give you credit. That sounds like patronizing to you, but even like, last week you and Ben were talking, you're like, hey, Bill has been on mass about this. So I figured we should talk because you recognize that, hey, 54-year-old dude, I'm not being left behind. I got a business to run. I got a business to build. So what can Keith, what can Ben, what can the people around me do to help me be better? I'm being serious because there's a lot of guys our age, John, that are doing this, putting the blinders on. I got to get to retirement. I got to get to retirement because then none of this shit's going to affect me. Wrong thinking, brother. Wrong thinking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's think about it. If you are putting energy into escaping what you're going to do for 40 years.
Yes.
That's not a very good fucking plan of attack to your life.
Well, so it's interesting you say that because I would say that for those that the biggest risk for folks that aren't adapting AI is actually not AI, Johnny. It's been a life of inaction. It's been a life of just kind of, a ball just bouncing from one stop to the next stop, reacting, and now you're falling behind and you're panicking is what I suspect starts to happen because you've been inactive your whole life.
Well, you can just see the way that people are. I agree with that for sure.
Yeah,
and you can just see the way people are bred. Like yesterday, we got sidetracked. We didn't talk too much about what I did for the weekend, but yesterday, Terry and I squatted. Then we went out for lunch.
Yeah.
And we're big pokey. We like pokey, fish.
Oh, poke bowls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too, Lauren.
So we have this place. We had to go to one. I mean, to go to one that's worth the damn is well over an hour away from where we live. But we have fun. Wow. We get dressed up and we decide which car we want to take and we go have a pokey. And anyway, so this lady was basically the one that was serving us.
Yeah.
And I don't do the rice in the bottom. I always do like some sort of a leafy green.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're out of leafy green. And I'm like, well, we'll find something to put under there. I said, what about this over here? And she's all, she's like, I can't do that. And she was answering in a way where she was, I guess to put bluntly, you could see that she was answering in a way where two things. A, she was scared to lose her job. And B, she was ready for me to fucking come unglued on her.
Oh, like you were going to react as in because when she said,
she's like, I can't do that. She's like, she's going to cost you 50 cents for a scoop of each one of these things you want in there. And I'm like, I was like, I don't have a problem. I'll pay for what it's not a big deal. And she's like, you could see she was like, didn't know how to take the fact that I was not reacting.
Yes.
But at the same time, you could also see that she was because it was out of what she was used to in terms of what I was asking her to do. She's like, sorry, I can't do that. And Terry, of course, she's a reactor. So she's like, just go somewhere else. I'm like, honey, not a big deal. I said, ma'am, is there someone here that can answer these questions for us?
Yes.
And so she went and got the manager, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah, there's no problems. There's no problems because he comes up thinking there's a fucking issue.
Yes.
Right? You can see he's braced. No problems. We're just trying to work around the fact that you guys don't have any leafy greens. What are my options? Can I just put a bunch of cucumbers under there?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And I said, I'll pay for it. She said, charge him 50 cents. And the lady was just like, the whole thing was over. She looks at me and she just goes, thank you.
Yeah.
She was so fucking geared towards, and this is where people fucking live. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Fuck me.
Now to me, there's two sides of this. So one of those sides is I believe there is perhaps, I don't know whether it's within management or staff. Like I don't like when people say I can't. And what I mean by that is a staff member to you. Like, so me, the fall down is the management didn't empower that employee to make the decision that was best for you. That to me was the break there, which was manager says to employee, we never want to say we can't. We always want to say we want to find a way to help the customer, right? And because most times you can, it's never a can't.
Well, if you saw this manager, you'd quickly realize that he probably uses that word himself.
Yeah, well, that's why. Yeah, and I suspected that was probably the case as well. But it's funny because so many people will not respond the way that you did, and like you said, Terry was kind of starting to freak, and you're like, dude, we'll just figure it out.
Yes. Yeah,
well, here's the other thing too that I get frustrated with when I go somewhere and I'll say, make me something and add, I don't know, extra cheese or remove this. Oh, well, we can't do that, or there's going to be an extra charge. That's fine. I got no problem paying for it. Like you said, like there's this assumption. Let me make the decision, not you make the decision for me.
Yeah, but it kind of goes 100%, and it connects right back to this whole thing where, people are just like, I mean, that job.
Yes.
Probably just a half a fucking skosh above sitting on the fucking couch.
Oh, 100%.
I'm having a brain fart on his name. Really cool cat.
Yeah.
He's got this fucking channel where he's like kind of almost like a rapper where he makes all these rhymes and he's calling people out.
Okay.
Anyway, totally speak the same language, So a lot of times, I had one of my team reach out and said, hey, let's connect. And of course you connect with the people like-minded. So he popped right up. Yeah, let's do it. What do you want to do? I said, we'll just trade podcasts. He said, let's go. And he was, so basically I asked him about his story. He was like, yeah, he goes, I was basically in poverty, but it was all self-inflicted. He goes, and one day I decided to stop smoking dope. And I decided to show up to my job on time, which was actually a few minutes early. So when the clock started, I was actually in motion.
Hold on.
So I just committed to my shitty job. And he goes, it was only 6 months before I was the manager of the fucking place. He goes, if people would just do what they're supposed to do, they would climb out of these fucking holes they're in. But their mindset is, oh, I'll show up 15 minutes late. I'll leave 15 minutes early. And that doesn't get rewarded.
I'll show up at my job on time. Like it's a big deal. No,
that's the mindset here.
I know.
The guy that thinks like, Terry and I were talking about this literally at lunch yesterday. Somehow, some way, people think that doing like, oh yeah, what'd you do today? I did nothing. Like that's some sort of a fucking trophy.
Oh, it's like,
dude.
It's
like doing nothing means that it just shows they are so badly trying to escape what they have to do. Nothing is a prize.
Well, yesterday, all I heard yesterday, the opposite from I love my wife to pieces. All I heard was how much she did. It was nonstop of, man, I've accomplished this and this and this and this. And I'm like, dude, good for you, because I did this. But it was funny because the whole day she's like, man, I've been so productive today. So opposite of the old, oh yeah.
Well, it feels good. You get addicted to that shit.
Dude. Well, that's where I've been. So it's funny because that's where I was so excited talking to you and Ben on Friday. And wait till Ben unlocks the addiction of productivity. And because
he's already kind of got it, and he's productive through just elbow grease. I don't know if I told you a story about Ben, dude. I was going to tell you, we were running out of time, but I wanted to kind of give you just a snippet. So
yeah.
Ben kind of fell into this whole thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So he reached out and asked one of my guys, hey, will John come and do a little spot on my podcast?
Oh, okay.
And I was like, it was just a little bitty podcast.
Yeah.
So I was asked, like I asked you, how many people, what's the reach?
Yeah, mom and dad.
And if someone is fucking honest like you were, I'll come and support this shit.
Yeah.
And Ben was just a half a Scotia above you.
Yeah.
So
mom, dad, and his cousin.
So I did it, and he reached out. He's like, dude, he goes, the viewership just went bananas when you were on.
Yeah.
Could I ask you just to come and do like once a month, just like a 5-minute little spot?
Nice.
I was like, yeah, dude, I'll do it more than once a month. That's ridiculous. How about every other week? He's like, that'd be great. So I did this with him for, I don't know, probably few months, right?
Yeah.
Helped him get his thing going. And
and
you get to know him a little bit. And basically he was forklift driver is what he was.
Oh, yeah.
He worked in a fucking warehouse. And he was actually on disabilities. He had some sort of an issue.
Okay.
Anyway, long and short of it, to speed ahead.
Yeah.
So I was doing this podcast. Muscleman's was doing this podcast with me, and there was me and a few other high-level dudes. And and right before we started, whoever the man of the controls was, fucking quit the project.
Oh.
And we're like, oh fuck, man. And we're like so queued up and ready. So I told the guy that was sponsoring it, the owner of Muscle, I said, look, I got a guy that I think can do this, but I'll be honest, I'll find out. So I reached out to Ben. I said, look, I know because he told me my podcast is the way for me to hopefully open some doors. That's what he's hoping.
Yeah.
Look, you got to be honest with me, because if you fuck this up, we're both going to look real bad.
Yes.
Because I'm going to vouch for you. And I said, can you do this? He's all, yes, I can do this. And I said, all right, let's go. So anyway, does this podcast. And through me just kind of working and realizing what the potential was, I fucking basically hired him. And now he's like, well, first off, even the podcast, he's like, dude, the people that are coming on the show were people I've looked up to my whole life. Now I have their fucking contact information. First off, this is amazing, right? and then he's like, he basically said, look, my disability's up. I'm going to have to go back to work. That's when I said, okay, well, if I hire you, do you have to go back to work? He's all, no. And so I brought him on board. And now, dude, he just went from driving a fucking forklift every day to doing what he dreamed about, all because he started a fucking podcast, just kept fucking doing it. And he was an everydayer, by the way, which is pretty cool. That's how hard he was pushing. And now, he fucking makes more money and he does what he loves. I mean, granted, he's working his ass off.
I can tell.
When he understands that working his ass off is part of what it takes to be on this crew. But at the same time, I like, Ben, I want your quality of life to be in check, because he's self-taught. So that's where this whole thing came in, to give him more time. But I just love the fact that here's a guy who was a warehouse worker that started a podcast with the hope and the dream it would open the door, and look what it did. And
I love it.
He said he was in this crew with all these other people that had done the same thing. And he's the guy who made it.
Well, I'll tell you
so good.
What struck me when I met him on Friday with you guys, his kindness. Like his kindness just reeks through the camera. I like in the first few moments, I could like, and kindness is really important to me. It's really important. And I can tell how kind he was. I'm like, dude, I like this guy. And I was like, dude, I want to help this guy. So
we know you wouldn't know about him. It's like well, first off, when I met him in person the first time, I was like, fuck me. He's like fucking 6'5", 340 pounds. Fucking enormous. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Anyway, but he's like a legitimate fucking badass. Like he grew up in one of the seediest fucking hoods in Northern California. Like really fucking bad, And I mean, legitimate badass. Like it's kind of nice. Like if there was a fucking problem, he would whoop the shit out of whoever was causing the problem. So I did, because normally I'm the fucking guy that has to be out front. It's really fucking nice to know. And then when we're together, he just takes care of me. I mean, he's like,
I can tell.
I mean, he's almost like a bodyguard. People think he's a bodyguard before a video guy.
That's funny. I feel like we got to get. So if he's open to it, you should ask him if he wants to join us for coffee and hang out on the show with us one time. Just come hang out. I'd like to get to know the guy, in our environment, and have some fun with him, because he.
And now he's like, because he's been with me for years now, and he's like, dude, my thought process is because I had to teach him.
Yes.
I mean, he was like, he had his one responsibility down, but I started giving him more shit. And he's fumbling, and I get it. I was like, okay, he's never been here. I said, I'm going to teach you some systems to keep this all straight. So here's the deal. hear me loud and clear. It's not your fault if you follow the system. It's the system's fault. So he grabbed that real quick. He goes, my job is based upon me following systems. I can do that.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, we got into it because of embracing this new style of productivity with AI agents and so forth. I read a story this morning. Zuckerberg is cloning himself. And what's going on? Bonnie drank bleach. Does this chat matter? Oh yeah, it matters. All right. What's up, Bonnie? Thanks for joining us this morning on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. So Zuckerberg, I read a report this morning. He's cloning himself to create CEO version of Zuck. Maybe Ben is on his way to doing that. And then the CEO of Microsoft is saying the same thing. Your digital clone is coming to work and it's already got your permissions. Let's set it up, boys.
Satya Nadella at Davos called AI agents infinite minds, not tools, extensions of you, your digital clone doing your job.
Microsoft's Agent 365 lets you spawn copies of yourself. HR, DevOps, emails. McKinsey says 40% productivity boost. Parallel versions of you.
Here's the part nobody's talking about. Your clone gets your permissions, your credentials, and right now, nobody's watching what it does.
So your AI twin can send emails, approve requests, access systems, all as you. Keith, John, are we ready for that?
Yeah, this is what I was talking with you on Friday there, which was, for one step at a time, perhaps you setting up an agent to manage your email, right? And then doing one thing so that you can spend more time being productive, right? Maybe going for poke bowls with your wife or doing other things. But that to me is where you're going to see benefits of these little steps along the way, right? And increases in productivity along the way. So it's coming. It's absolutely coming. Speaking of coming, Johnny, we wonder why folks struggle with weight and struggle with food choices. I got a visual that just puts it all right in front of you. Like, check this out. This is just a what's healthy and not healthy. Guys, team, let's put this on the screen here. So you can go to McDonald's, get yourself a bag of fries, or you can get yourself a bag of fruit. And check this out. Jimmy, let's put this up here. Check this out. Look at that. It just says it right there, Johnny. Like, honest to God. $2 for the fries, $6 for the fruit. What the hell are you buying?
Well, the thing about it is that now, unfortunately, the fucking fruit, it doesn't even taste like fruit anymore.
Yeah, well,
I swear to God, dude. The other day I was, where the fuck was I? Because if I'm gonna eat fruit, blueberry is my thing.
Yeah. Oh, I love blueberries.
Real low glycemic, high in oxygen, micronutrients, and I fucking ate one of these, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
My mom's family owns a big strawberry farm, John, just north of Winnipeg here. And Lauren was saying last summer when they went, they got one side of the strawberry picking where it's organic, right? The strawberries are like this size, right? And then you have one side of the farm where they're like regularly growing strawberries, quote unquote, like how we would have had. They're just massive, like watermelons, right? These big fucking don't even look like strawberries. These genetically modified strawberries, right? So I thought,
well, that interesting thing about that, the GMO and all this weird shit is there's almost no organic now because what happens is the fucking wind blows that shit into what's supposed to be organic. It's not organic anymore.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. Speaking of not organic, so so hold right ears up on this one. I think you probably had these like I did. Did your mom or dad or stepdad give you these? Because for the longest time, Johnny, this is what health was to us growing up. These fucking fortified by Barney Rubble, how pounding Flintstones vitamins like Tic Tacs gave Gen X. Like this is what I was given my whole life, which is, hey, go have one of these fucking vitamins, like the Barney Rubble, the Flintstones vitamins. Like, do kids take those today? No. Like, honest to God.
Dude, we ate them because they fucking tasted like candy.
They don't. They absolutely tasted like candy. Yes. Yes. Oh, man. That's exactly it. Okay, I got a good one for you, man. This is a good one for you. Hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, I guess who's coming back? Don't just redid the basic instinct leg
No,
cross.
John, before you go today?
32 years later, the pose still has people dropping their phones. Pink lingerie, too.
Here's the clean reality. It's nostalgia with a confidence flex. The internet can't handle a legend. Cope.
Comment section, he's like, it's empowerment. Sure, it's also a perfectly aimed tease. Respectfully, Glitch. John, is this iconic empowerment or a calculated thirst trap victory lap? Which one are you backing? Bullshit?
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw that. A little bit of delay on my end, but Sharon Stone, Johnny, 66.
Well, I couldn't see because the live banner was right in her face.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Now I see who it is. Wow.
Yeah.
56 years old.
Wow. I remember when that scene happened. And yes, I might have been one of the young men who replayed it on my VHS a million times just to catch the glimpse of what happened when she moved her legs. Paul Verhoeven, whoever was, freaked her out. But yeah, look at that. So that would have been that 32 years ago. So that would have been she was she was 34 in that picture. 34 in the movie. 66 in the recreation. Not bad for an old dog at 66, dude. Seriously.
No, that's cool. I mean, and just the fact that she's wearing it still. You know, she's it's. I don't mean what she's physically wearing. I mean, it's her attitude.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Holroyd says we grew up with Flintstones for the vitamins. Yeah, not sure about the vitamin count. No, it was Flintstones candy, 100%. Yeah, I don't. Do doctors?
They were fortified just like the cereal was.
Oh my God, the cereal. Yes, that's exactly right. Hey, what are you doing today, brother? What's on your agenda today?
Let's see here. I've got my filming next with Ben.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a good nap because that squat workout was a doozy yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And then, based upon the weather, we'll decide what we're gonna do. I don't know if we'll go play pickleball. No training today. Definitely day after leg day.
Yeah.
It'll either be pickleball or go for a ride on the bikes. Not sure.
Nice.
And then probably that'll be midday, and then afternoon we'll probably go out to the beach.
What kind of Pokeball do you like?
So I just do all sorts of different. I like the different flavors. So it's like what I have yesterday: Hawaiian flavored tuna, salmon, spicy tuna. Just all different. They take a little scooper. So I just put them in all different parts of the bowl.
Yes, yeah. Lauren makes awesome tuna Pokeballs, man, at home here. Oh fuck, she gets all the ingredients and crush them, and we sit down and nice bowl and just pick it. Oh, I just love it, man. Just love it.
Yeah. I mean, good. Although I will say, after spending a lot of time in Japan, it's the stuff here is I haven't been there long enough now that it's back. The meter is back to where it's okay. But you weren't catching me go to fucking sushi or poke when I was frequenting Japan.
No way. All just dirty.
You weren't catching me in America doing that.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, I'm kicking you out of here because my bladder is kicking me out of here. I got 49 seconds to go for a piss, so I'm going to get you out of here. I'm going to go for a piss and come back and keep the show going.
All right, my brother. Have a good loop. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
You too, pal. See you in 22 hours. John's out of here. Bill's going for a piss. Morning Focus is next on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Let's do it, guys.
The content world is splitting in two. One side is infinite output, the other side is real presence. No hiding.
AI can flood the market. It can't carry human stakes. We don't need more noise. We need trust.
Volume gets reach. Value gets believers. We keep confusing attention with loyalty. That's the drift.
The excuse is good enough. It feels efficient. It costs us credibility. That's the bill.
When the noise floor rises, craftsmanship becomes premium. Real-time, unrehearsed conversation becomes scarce. That's the edge.
The rule is simple. We don't chase impressions. We build a trust asset on purpose.
So what are we choosing this morning? Volume or value? Keith's about to break it down. Morning begins here.
All right. Woo! Feel better. Okay, so before we get to this monologue this morning, I got to show you guys something which actually made me kind of giggle today. So we have this team of characters in our universe. We got Frankie, we got Tommy, we got Sophia, we got Maya, we got Sterling, Preston. We got a whole gang of correspondents around North America that are slowly, coming to the market. And I woke up this morning and on my LinkedIn feed, I saw a picture that I didn't know it was posted. True story, actually. So apparently, and my team will giggle at this too, because I don't think they knew this either. But hey, Neiman, just a heads up here on LinkedIn. Frankie's out posting pictures. There's a picture of us at the production meeting here this morning before the show. whole team. And yeah, I had no clue that they I had no clue at all that I got up and I saw a bunch of likes and comments. And I was like, oh, where'd that come from? I'm like, oh, who knew that the team is posting pictures of us without even Neiman? I got no clue what the hell's going on. Yeah, I know. Keith and Keith are in the picture. It's actually quite I don't know what to say. I don't know how all this works, except that, yeah. So Neiman, big post, and just, there's a, yeah, Kai, the team is having a meeting without the team knowing. That's exactly it. It's very much a meta situation here. And apparently the team wrote that the first voice someone hears in the morning shapes how they think. Yes, this is true, Frankie. So anyways, I'm having some humor with this moment here. So if you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, go check out the LinkedIn feed. Apparently the Handsome Chief posted something yesterday on behalf of the team that I didn't have any clue was being posted. So thank you, Frankie, Tommy, and the entire gang. And what's crazy, you guys, is if they look at that picture, like look at the picture, anybody who's observing us right now, Melissa, would have no clue that this is real. Every pun intended. Yeah, like actually, like it's actually a real image of us in the studio. It's incredible to me. Thanks, Jimmy. It's actually incredible to me. Look at that. Like we're here in the fucking studio. Yeah. And what's incredible, you guys, and I'll just offer some actual truth here. Here's some truth. None of that exists. Like the whole thing is not real. But yet, anybody seeing that? Hey, mom, hey, dad, you would think that that is real. Like it's unbelievable to me. Yeah, there you go. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Dropping craziness on the show here this morning with our characters posting content that we didn't even know about. All right, hey guys, the market is flooding and trust is becoming a luxury. Maybe live is the new status. Maybe trust is the new status. Maybe live is the new status. Because as we continue to move forward, into a world of synthetic, AI-generated, whatever kind of content we want to call it, the content world is unequivocally splitting in two. You get the one side, and we're already seeing it, the AI-generated infinite output. Yep, near zero cost production. How do I know? Well, just watch the show, right? We can make stuff just infinitely, creatively, very little value. And then on the other side, you got the scarcity. Yeah. How many folks doing live shows? That's my point. The human stakes. You get the real-time presence of being live, right? The new status. It's difficult to do a live situation, right? And then you got many folks saying that, well, you got that volume will win the reach. I can make just content so inexpensively, so cheap, and then I can just blast it. Yeah, and perhaps there's some truth to that, but maybe value wins the trust. Maybe that's where the trust is won, in the value, by the live conversation, maybe 2 minutes at a time, 3 minutes at a time, 5 minutes at a time. What I'm going to say next still, what's the word I'm looking for? It still humors me. I'll speak to folks with podcasts, and truthfully, folks will say to me, "Yeah, but Billis, you only had a few hundred people show up for your show," or "I only saw low numbers concurrently." Fair comments. How many people actually downloaded and listened to your recording? That's the problem, is that we don't know, or it's fake, or it's whatever. Because maybe if we reframe value as a live presence, that is how we will continue to win trust in the future. Because every time a technological leap floods the market with good enough, look at the internet. Remember when the internet came out, guys? Something interesting happened. All the noise rose. Oh, we all got to get websites. We all got to go and just get on the internet. I remember when all that happened, right? It was the .com boom, bust, boom, bust, boom, bust. And then what happened over time is that the craftsmanship of what you got during those early days of the internet, it became a premium. Think about it. Remember when Blogger and all those original blogging sites exploded? Well, what happened? Great writing, it became more valuable. We saw it. It was so easy to create a blog. It was just like, oh yeah, I can create a blog. I was a blogger for a while. The Pit Road Post, a blog on NASCAR that I had. And you think about it, when podcasting flooded the market, what became more valuable? The distinctive voices. In a world of noise, the distinctive voices were the ones that stood out, right? And here's what's happening, guys. AI is about to raise the noise floor one more time. Yep, true story. Think about it. And it's just a repeat of the past, which means live, human-led, unrehearsed conversation is about to appreciate. I know you've been hearing me say this for days, for weeks, for now years. And not because live, human-led, unrehearsed conversation is trendy. No, it's because it's scarce. Think about this. And scarcity is what turns an asset into a luxury. So some would say what we are doing right now is a luxury. And I want to frame that. You get me, you get John 2 hours every single day, Monday to Friday. True story. Live. And then you can get me and get John and the rest of our content in a world of AI-generated replicas, clones, versions of me that aren't really me. But if you want me real and live, it's coming to the show Monday through Friday. And that's where that scarcity turns the asset of this conversation into a luxury. That's why some would say that perhaps prostitution is about to make a comeback. It's this idea of the human touch becoming a luxury. In a world of synthetic everything, live humans, live conversations, interactions, engagement turns into a luxury. And here's the thing for you guys all to consider. The brands that are building live shows right now, well, you guys, and they're not just chasing a format. No, they're investing in a trust asset that appreciates as the synthetic content expands. And this is where I will constantly preach and drive this conversation home. And slowly but surely, I got people knocking on the door going, yeah, I see it. I get it. And this is not a threat moment, you guys. This is not a threatening, oh, yeah, if you don't do live conversations, you're just going to be lost in all the synthetic stuff. No, actually. No, it's the opposite of that. I want to invite you to think about it this way. This is a symmetric opportunity moment. That's what it is. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to be ahead of everybody else or to be lumped in with everybody else. Let's reverse that. Once in a lifetime opportunity to step outside of the crowd. Or you can continue in the crowd, making the same kind of content as everybody else. And as the barrier to production, as the barrier to creation lowers, you have to ask yourself a simple question. And the question is actually more simple than you think. And to those of you that overcomplicate, and sometimes it's the handsome chief doing that, here's the question. As you go through your day, as you go through your business, as you keep building your business, are you looking for more volume? Is it volume? What is it? Volume or is it value? And ask yourself this. Do you want to be the restaurant owner next to my restaurant where everybody's driving by, waving at your restaurant, waving, volumes of drivers by, waving and saying, hello, I see your restaurant. You got a nice sign. I heard your food is good. And they drive by in volumes. Or Do you want to be the person with the restaurant that has the value, that's live, that's there, offering nonstop value to your customers, engaging, honest, unrehearsed, unscripted? Because one restaurant is going to get the impressions. One restaurant is going to get somebody driving by all the time, waving, saying, hey, nice restaurant. Hey, nice restaurant, as they drive by. And maybe that's the restaurant you want to own because it makes your ego feel good because you had all those people drive by, all those impressions, all those people saying, hey, they're honking. Or do you want to be that restaurant owner who gets the people to stop, who gets the people to listen, who gets the people to engage? Because one restaurant gets the impressions, the other restaurant, yours, it gets the believers.
Every man in this room knows what he should be doing. He's got the books, the podcasts, the saved quotes, still stuck. The information was never the problem. The work is. It's boring. It's invisible. Nobody's gonna clap. Keith found 3 men who said that out loud. Chief, take it away.
Hey, what's shaking? What is shaking, nation? Hey! All right, we're going to the community corner with Maya Reyes. I see Whitaker there in the comments. Hey, Whitaker, did you know that we were in the studio this morning and Frankie and Tommy were taking pictures of the gang? I don't know if you knew. I did not know that. If you got that image, throw it on the screen for Whitaker to see this, man. Whitaker, check this out. I'm going to have Jimmy or Kai throw it up on the screen for you to check this out, man. So apparently we had a production meeting before the show here today, and it was captured by our wonderful team. And they put it up over on LinkedIn, Whitaker, without the handsome chef knowing. Yeah, true story. So I think you're going to get a giggle out of this one. Check that out, Whitaker. Yeah, there we are. I don't see your bald skull there. That's Johnny's head, actually, so that's not yours. Just if you were wondering, Whitaker, no, that's not yours. That light shining, that's off Johnny's head there. So, yeah, and I don't think it's Dwayne either. It was just saying. But I thought that was quite awesome. Check that out there. Cheryl Whitaker, it starts with joy live. 8:30 Wednesdays over here on the network. All right. Daniel Priestley, I'm going to suspect no relation to Jason Priestley, has built multiple businesses and he's calling out the biggest lie that men tell themselves that work-life balance is a daily equation. Oh man, I don't like this work-life balance shit because it doesn't exist. There's no such thing. If you want a work-life balance, go get yourself a job. Go get yourself a job that's going to help you get to retirement. And no judgment, but don't bitch and complain. Hey, listen. What Daniel says, it's seasonal. There's a season to go all in on your career, and there's a season to prioritize your health. A season where money matters more than anything else, and there's a season where you're trying to balance all of it. Every single day is how you end up mediocre at everything. So Priestley says this. Two things Priestley says. And he says that, first, they wait to be great before they build a team. And then the second thing is they chase perfect over prolific. And we know that doesn't work very well. No, we want progress over perfection as much as we absolutely can. And listen, as he says, stop polishing, start shipping. Volume creates the conditions for success, while perfection, well, we know, perfection just creates excuses for not getting it done. How many of us have not finished something because you were waiting for perfect? Yeah, true story. Hey, over in Substack, Jordan Bates, the master himself. Yeah, baby, dropping jokes with the names. Jordan Master Bates says the nice guy persona most men wear isn't kindness. No, it's cowardice. Yeah, true story. Yeah, men who never rock the boat, never fight for anything, never state their actual needs. No, they think they're being good, as Master Bates says. They actually are being doormats. His prescription isn't a productivity hack or a morning routine. It's simple. Change hands. Just saying, Jimmy, it's just change hands. Yeah, go from right hand to left hand. Yeah, sometimes it's left hand work, sometimes right, and sometimes it's going to be the shadow work. Maybe it's just the imagination. Hey, that's all you need. Oh, I love when I get the comments from the team. Yeah. And Jordan Masturbates says that accountability is circles, is that brotherhood holds you to the fire and not lets you off the hook. And the hardest part is when you roll over with the morning wood and it breaks. Yeah, true story. 100%. Yeah. Hey, guys, this is not a weekend seminar. No, this is a humorous talk from Jordan Bates that the nice guy persona most wear isn't kindness. No, he says it's cowardice. Keith and Jimmy say it's about changing hands. Yeah. Real healing is a slow roast. Oh, Kai. Not a microwave. All right. Let's close the community corner journey over on LinkedIn. You don't want growth, you want a better title. Arsh Dillon. Oh, Arsh, what's shaking Arsh? Arsh. Hey, you Arsh. Nice Arsh hole, Jimmy. Hey, Arsh hole. I'm sorry. Arsh Dillon. But I was talking to Piper last week. I'm like, Pipes, I put the hat on, put the glasses on, and I feel like I can just become unhinged for a couple hours. Yeah, and then when I get to the good news is that here's the good news when I get to do this gig. And to those of you guys that don't do this gig, don't know. So I'm just going to share with you guys the unequivocal truth. Because I get to do this ridiculous behavior every single day, like fuck, Jimmy, Neiman, the bar is so low. Like it's so low. Whitaker, the bar is so low that when somebody meets me without the glass and the hat on, they're like, who's this fucking ridiculous goofball from the morning? And then I'm like, oh, that's you. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm the handsome chief. True story. So yeah, so it's fun to kind of get up, get after it, be ridiculous for a couple hours, set the bar really low, and then surprise all the motherfuckers out there like, yeah, I'm not just handsome. No, not just handsome. Speaking of handsome, look in your own mirror. Yeah, lookinyourOwnmirror.com. I was struggling this weekend to get my Amazon account set up. Yeah, I might have to get my agent to do it for me. Yeah, I was having some difficulties. Anyways, over to the Arsh. Arsh Dillon posted something on LinkedIn that should be tattooed on every man's bathroom mirror. Lookinmymirror.com. Yeah, most people don't want growth. What? No, apparently no. Apparently, according to Arsh, most people want comfort with a better title. Yeah, and he learned this the hard way. Every time real growth showed up, he didn't look like motivation quotes or promotions. It looked like rejection, invisible work, uncomfortable conversations, starting everything from scratch. And then what did he do? He resisted it. Just like our buddy Tim Murphy resisted AA. He's like, no, I got myself into this fucking mess. I am getting myself out of it, is what Tim said today. Because real growth, according to Arsh, is inconvenient. It demands patience when you want results. It forces discipline when you feel lazy. It makes you intentional. Yes, and the men who actually move forward aren't the smartest. Hold a fucking second here. Who wrote that? They're the ones stayed when nobody was clapping, because the goal isn't fast growth, you guys know. It's building the ability to stay when everything in you says quit. So, let's wrap it up with a question from Maya Reyes. Hey, Maya. Listen, we just went through these three dudes, Substack, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So, Maya, all three of these guys are basically saying that they're doing the boring work. But here's the thing. Why won't men listen?
Because boring doesn't sell.
Men want balance every day instead of picking the season they're actually in and going all in.
That's the whole problem. So here's your next step.
Tonight, pick one thing you've been balancing that actually needs all of you.
Tomorrow, do it again.
See you tomorrow, nation.
Yeah, baby. Woo! Maya Reyes bringing the heat. What's with that opening scene of Maya in the back studio there? Just like that closely sultry look from our very own Maya Reyes. Man, just pumping the heat up there. Maya and Sophia. How about the Sophia Grant opener today with Tim Murphy? Neiman. Whoa. That was a benchmark. I'll tell you that one. That was something pretty high, man. That was an incredible opener with Tim Murphy and Sophia Grant. Man, that was a great production. Good job, Sophia. I think we're gonna have to increase Sophia's budget so we can get her a new outfit. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe a nice little micro mini. I'm kidding.
Who's the creeper host? Oh, that's just the host. He likes the AI guys, the AI characters.
Yeah. All right, tomorrow coming up on the show. Before we do that, though, Tim Murphy. Alcoholics Are Liars, a 30-year airman's war with the bottle. Tim walked us through the double life of being a decorated Air Force veteran while privately getting eaten alive by alcohol. Man, he talked about his dad shooting up the house. That was a provocative conversation with Tim Murphy. I would invite you to go watch that one, man. The guy put it all on the line. True story. The whole 30 minutes with us. And hey, we also talk about AI didn't take your job, but your fear did. Guys, if you're going through the day today scared of AI, don't be. No, we talked about AI panic, mid-career identity shocks, and why fear plus inaction, it's actually worse than AI itself. Too many of us might be just reluctant to get started. Maybe that reluctance is your signal to actually get started. Because the takeaway was simple and is simple. Your edge is not pretending AI doesn't exist. No, your edge is actually learning how to use it without losing yourself along the way. We also got to, we talked about scientists found out why women want less sex and it's not hormones. Yeah, true story. And and we got into the future of media. The market is flooding. Trust becomes luxury, and we're doing that through live conversation. Yes, and then tomorrow, oh baby, we got the returning guest himself. His name, EJ Snyder. The Skull Crusher returns, the bullied kid, the Pickle Empire, and 389 pounds of lost flesh. EJ was on the show a couple of months back. He's coming back. So get after your day and do the work that still matters when nobody's watching, guys. Small, honest reps that will change everything. Guys, we're back. Where? Right here in less than 22 hours. Where do we call it? We call it Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends on the Mornings in the Lab network. And I'd invite you guys, if you're wondering today, maybe you hit the snooze button today. And that's cool. Maybe you hit it. There's Whitaker up there. See you, Whitaker. What's going on, brother? Maybe you hit the snooze button today and not feeling good about yourself. That's okay, because we have a snooze tracker now that can help you track your snoozing. Yeah, true story. Snooze tracker. Mornings.live. It will show you how much of your life you are wasting away by just laying there and holding off on that decision, which got to get you up out of bed anyways. So what is the cost of 9 minutes? What is it? What is the cost of 9 minutes? Ask yourself that. Go figure it out. And use this free little tool to help remind yourself what you are missing out on. Snooze tracker. .mornings.live. All right, 8 o'clock, mornings.live, Eastern time tomorrow, right here with myself and John Anderson. And EJ Snyder's joining us again. Thank you, Timmy. Thank you, Timmy. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Melissa. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in this morning. Cheryl, Holroyd, good time. Dwayne, all of you guys, I see you out there. I appreciate you all as well. And we'll see you guys in less than, new team member, Timmy. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, nation.